Hey, what's up everybody? It's the Lido Loca daily vlog. Yeah, so Friday, November the 17th, sliding into the weekend, sliding into Thanksgiving week. Been working from home most of the week, and today I had enough time and where I could cut out a little early and head to the movies. Super tired last night, so I didn't see Justice League, which is odd for me to not see a comic book movie on the night it drops. But I'm here with my friend Daniel, who's already inside, but we're going to check out Justice League, and then yeah, I don't know what the rest of the day holds, but yeah, hope you guys are doing good. Happy weekend, and we will catch up with you later. Alright, I am back. Justice League, I'm going to give it a thumbs up. Very entertaining. Really cool to see the whole team together from a DC perspective. The movie's got mixed reviews, but the action was good. It was really cool to see everybody in effect. If you go, there's two post-credits scenes, so make sure that you sit through all of it. But gonna go back in and kind of wait for Jenny to come home, get the weekend kicked off, and yeah. So, nice Friday. Well, hello, Jenny.
Well, hello, Tony.
It's the weekend.
It is the weekend.
Where's my dinner?
The dinner.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Where's my dinner?
Well, your dinner is right here. You were so nice to make it.
Oh, yes.
It is mushroom and Swiss and some potatoes. I love mushroom and Swiss. Where's my favorite from?
Hardee's.
That's right. Hardee's is the best mushroom and Swiss.
That looks delicious.
Yes.
You wanna eat?
Let's eat.
Let's eat. Hey, so we are back for part 2 of the question and answer. So you just saw our day tomorrow. That's weird. It's like a Back to the Future kind of thing. But yeah, so this is part 2 of our question and answer.
Where are we originally from? You go first.
I am from the wonderful city of Indianapolis, Indiana. So I lived in the Midwest. I lived in Indy for about 5 years, lived in Illinois for just a few more years, and then my family had an opportunity. My dad's side of the family are coal miners from West Virginia, and when I was about 9 or 10, we had the opportunity to be a part of a mine, own our own mine and trucking company, and my dad ran the trucking company, so we moved from Bloomington, Illinois to this little town in southern Virginia called Castlewood, Virginia. And that began my run in the South. And I finally landed in Nashville, Tennessee when I was 14. And I lived in Nashville until I was like 42 or something like that. So yeah, I lived in Nashville. So
You had Jackson, Tennessee for a couple of years.
Yeah, those are the couple years of, yeah, so when we met I was living in Jackson, Tennessee because of a job, but I don't feel like that really counted.
I mean, it counted. That's where we lived.
I know, but it was all just a ploy to get you to Nashville.
Yeah. I think I made you move back to Nashville.
Yeah, Jackson was cool.
And I'm originally from New York, Long Island, Wandsworth, Levittown. Woohoo! And then I moved down to Spring Hill, Florida. It's on the west coast of Florida. When I was 16, just turned 16. So I lived there until I met you.
I snatched her out.
Yeah, you snatched me out of Florida where, you know, that's where all the cruise lines are.
I know.
But yeah, I lived in Florida for 14 years. And then moved to Jackson, Tennessee when Tony and I met and got married. And, well, we married and then I moved there. So we lived in Jackson, Tennessee for 3 years. Then we lived in Nashville for 10, right? Yeah, 10.
10 years? Wow.
Yeah, about 10 years. And then we moved over to Charlotte, which brings us into the next question of how did we get to Charlotte? And that's from Joe.
Yeah, so for the first time ever in my life, I transferred I did leave Nashville and go to Jackson for a job, but to me, it's like 2 hours away, so it wasn't a big deal. But then I got an opportunity. I was working for a company in Nashville, and the corporate headquarters is here in Charlotte. And I got offered to, so IT is my background. and I was a hands-on IT guy for a long time. Then I moved over into the leadership side of IT, and so I had an opportunity to come to Charlotte and lead a global operations team, which was kind of cool. I got to interact with people all over the world and kind of help lead a pretty cool, technology space. And that's what brought us to Charlotte. That job changed after a couple of years, and it became less exciting. And so I actually took a break from traditional IT work.
Well, that's the next question.
Oh, that's another question. But yeah, so we moved here because of a job.
Yeah. And of course, I moved here because my husband was here. and that's something else too, right? Like I stayed in Nashville because the oldest son, right, Greg? Well, so our son had to finish school for that school year, and we had our home there. So I packed up as good as I could, until Tony came back and got us. But he lived here for about a month or two without us, and
yeah, I was doing like
back and forth,
living 4 days a week here and flying home on the weekends.
Yeah, it was a rough thing, but we had to leave our home, and I left my job and moved here.
Yeah,
but that's how we got here.
Yeah.
All right, and then the last question that we have is from Kristen, and Millie also wants to know, what are our occupations? So do you want to start with do your whole occupation?
All right,
list?
So like my hobbies, I'm a man of many careers, and so I don't know. It's too long to I guess put it all out. But for the most part of my life, starting with like right around Y2K. I've always been a tinkerer. I've always been a computer guy. I got computers when I was a kid. And then finally around Y2K, I made a job out of it and started working in computers. I did that for 13, 14 years. Ended up in leadership, which I really like. I really enjoy the opportunity to work with people, help them develop in their careers. And I like the idea of taking an idea and making a group of people execute that idea for the benefit of everybody. So that's kind of where it scratches my itch. But I got to a place with a company here in Charlotte where I just wasn't feeling that satisfaction. And I'm like, well, and maybe it was a midlife crisis too, but it's like, I'm tired of doing this corporate gig. Let's see if I can do something on my own. So I left that job and I started a one-man business, really small business, really just like reselling products on Amazon. So I would go fill up my car anywhere where I could find something that I could sell for a profit on Amazon. I did that for about 2 years. And then one of my first loves, the first time I ever went to college, I wanted to be a math teacher. And even when I was a kid, I always wanted to be a teacher because I like this idea that your work means something. And so I've always had this passion to teach, and so I was looking for that path. And fortunately, I found that path with the University of Charleston. Has a pretty cool leadership program, and my uncle is the dean of the doctorate program there. And he said, hey, I know you've got this passion to teach. You're just lacking the credentials. So I'd already finished up my bachelor's degree. And so I started 18 months ago working on my master's degree, and I'll graduate in December. And then I'm probably going to jump into the doctorate program, which is another 3-year academic commitment. But I'm pretty excited about it. There'll be opportunities to teach there, and then I have some things from a scholastic academic perspective that I want to research and write about, and so that's kind of where I'm at. I've been doing contract work as a business analyst for the last year and a half. Found out that work's coming to an end at the end of the year, so I've got to find something else to do to supplement. I might start doing some reselling again, or just find another contract job until I can start making some coin teaching. But I think that'll, once I get my degree and I get a little experience teaching through the university, should be able to go out to some of these places and get some teaching work. But of course, I'm also an aspiring creative too, so having a lot of fun making movies.
We'll just see.
Yeah, so what's your job?
It's been a cool journey.
It has been fun.
So in my 20s, I was in the medical industry. And then when we married, And when I moved up to Jackson, Tennessee, it was very hard for me to find a job because of my accent, believe it or not.
That's why I made a face about Jackson, because they treated Jenny like, they would call her a Yankee and stuff like that. It was so weird because Nashville is very progressive, but just over in Jackson, the people just had trouble with Jenny. It was kind of
I really had a hard time finding a job, and I'm not a job hopper, so, I came from a job that I was at for 10 years and I was only 30, so, I'm not a job hopper. So it was really disappointing because I was so, I was in management at my other job. So I just thought it'd be, pretty easy to land another job in the medical field. But, that didn't happen. And we were living at an apartment community and I got into property management through the leasing office. And I worked over in Nashville for an awesome, reputable company, nationwide company. And then when we moved here, they only owned one property here in Charlotte. So I could not stay with them, even though I was with them for, X amount of years. So I did have to change a job. So anytime I've changed a job, it's been because I moved.
Right.
Which is kind of weird. But I don't like change so much, so I'm a pretty loyal person. Just like to stay with one company. But and now I am a director of marketing for a property management company here in Charlotte, and it's a small little company, and I get to help and build other people as well. So it's a great job. I'm very blessed in what I do.
Yeah. Hey, we're YouTubers now.
And we're YouTubers.
It's kind of fun. Who would have thunk it?
Who would have thunk it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's our questions. That's all our questions.
Well, that
was a lot of questions. Thank you,
questions.
guys.
This is probably long, but hopefully it's information that's interesting. I would say to the people that ask questions, maybe answer one of your questions in the comment below. What Matt Allen, what's your favorite and least favorite food?
Matt asked a couple of questions.
That's right.
So.
And then let us know. We'd love to know about you guys. I was mentioning that the other day. We have a lot of interaction through the different social medias, through YouTube and Facebook, and we don't know what anybody sounds like. It's just a weird thing. It's like you guys see and hear us, but we just read what you guys. So like part of me scratches my head. And so we've got to meet a few people too. So Matt and Susan, and it's really, really cool that we know what those folks know.
Oh yeah, and it's gonna be wicked fun next year on the Elation. Yeah. To kind of just meet, our little community.
Yeah, so that's the Lido Loca Halloween Cruise 2018. First annual, it's our first group cruise. Mm-hmm. There's information in the description below. We'd love anybody who wants to join and hang out with us. We'd love to get to know you. And
I want to hear your voice.
That's right. So... Well, I guess that's all we got, guys. If you like this type of video, please give it a thumbs up. That way we know we'll keep making more of this personal stuff. We try to bring you as much cruise stuff as possible. And so yeah, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel and you made it this far, man, you should go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you get notified. And then you can follow us on social media.
At Twitter and Instagram at Lido Loca.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it now. No. And until tomorrow night, we'll see you on the Lido.